So, wow, that was a quick message. If you guys have not paid attention, please pay attention to what's happening in 2022. Criticalness of understanding that as an American citizen and the personal responsibility of local educational agencies to provide access to the people in which the state represents under the census. So many of our people just don't understand politics, but then understand that in the state of Nevada, which is a blessing, uh, I'm learning the importance of ensuring access and that all people understand what access looks like. And I don't care how much money you have, and if you live on the hill and you don't have to look at the people that are homeless, but when you have to drive by them, you see them. You do see them. And when you look at the people who are all haggard and disheveled and don't have services, you see them too. I see them. And then when I understand that in America, we are only Americans and that we live our journey based on our belief system. And my belief system just happens to say that I am a free citizen and the obligation to live my values and to understand who I am, but just to understand what I have been prepared to do, which is to pay attention to local issues and share information. I'm a great sharer, and I've emailed so many people, including legislatures, just about the process, because I noticed here that most people who work within Title I is, it's a federal regulation. It has to do with neglected and delinquent, and what really life has to do with anything is just how the money comes down the pike, boo. And you don't understand that we all are representing people. We're all representing individuals as just by living in the state that you lived in, by the state that you chose to retire in, just where you are. And then the money that you've made over time working in that community, well, understand you've been paying into the local system since high school. All of us have. And it's unfortunate that we weren't initially involved in the oversight and outcomes and the maintenance of effort for public services and the investment too, because now we understand local control is everything. Local control. What is local control? But apparently I think that people miss the boat when we're talking about local control here in Nevada, but they know because they work in consensus, and consensus means that they just build consensus around the things that they would like to accomplish and that they've been doing wrong a long time, and there's no way to do wrong right. You got me? So I don't care how certain people on the pupil-centered funding formula commission would like to move the money, the federal dollars, which were not eligible to be moved. And now they're understanding that under the Part B dollars in America, but Part B is just attached to everything else. But under that money for public education for children with disabilities and children who are learning disabled, that you must talk about what you're doing for the people. That means you must present your data, boo. And it tells you if you don't put the data in, you're going to get an error code and that data's not going to go in. But everybody's required to input the data. And see, this is my thing. I know what I'm talking about. It's unfortunate that I would work with people and try to ensure that they understand that we live in one America, as I'm an American too. And I understand who I am. I don't have to run for office, no, but I did go through the Emerge program in '08, the same year Obama won the presidency, right? And it was marvelous to be an Obama mama. I made calls for Barack Obama across this nation, just not in the state of California. I got on the phone, I got on my computer, and believe me, I had people pulling up on the side of my house with white vans, and they pull up, and I'm wondering what they're doing out there, and I'm saying, wow, what are they doing out there? But every time I would send my children out to take the trash, well, the street light wouldn't come on. But every time I walked out to take the trash, the street light would pop on. Do you understand what I'm talking about? Maybe you don't. Maybe people just have not paid attention to. I remember one time I took a picture with this guy named Michael, and I took it into a Walgreens, and it just didn't print right away. It took like almost a week, facial recognition shit going on, for me to get those prints back. But but then when you have a printer at home and it connects to the cloud and then it's printing beautifully and then it stops printing beautifully because you're not on the permissions list, well, guess what, boo? I think that people have gone too far. Just like when I bought that Brinks home security, I bought the Brinks home security camera right before we went to vacation. And you get this 30 days free or whatever it was. But then I thought that I didn't want to have a subscription with them. But they told me that I couldn't save the clips to my own device in my own home, that they had to somehow have access to my video, and I don't think so. That's some kind of shit that's going on. That's some crazy kind of shit. You can't monitor your own self. You can't store your own information. All that information has to go through the company. Okay, come on. No more purchase for the Brinks home camera from me. That's the last shit I'll do. Quite frankly, everybody has an opinion. Just like my grandmother always used to say, everybody got an asshole, and understand what I'm saying. In America, we are only Americans, and that's just real. People somehow would like to disregard the power of the internet. And I'm telling you, it is the power of the internet why Barack Obama won his election. It is the power of the internet why people are winning elections, because people understand this is all about what is your circle or your sphere of influence, and what can you share in your journey that would have allowed someone else to not, kind of like have the same mistakes. I remember I helped a young woman. She was on David Banner's page, and I saw her because she was just reaching out. And she was telling me what they had done to her son. And I said, how could they do that to a baby that's under 5? And this somebody had written up like he was a sexual pervert because some little child had been exposed to some kind of touching whatever, but was trying to get involved with this little cute black boy. And but the staff wrote the black boy up like he was some kind of sexual deviant. And I said, oh no, they can't do that. Oh no, we had that all removed out of that child's record. I mean, but you won't understand that they are collecting data on your children's ass. Why do you think in Clark County, they're saying there is a mental health crisis in the African American community with the children? Please, somebody break that shit down to me, because all of my young people in my family, all of them are gifted and talented. And I gotta tell you, my sons didn't graduate from college, but it really didn't matter because they got the hard knock life, because that's what I had. But my sister's children all graduated with a degree. And my brother's children also graduated with degrees. Do you understand what I'm saying? But in the journey that we're all on, what do you do when God is giving you so much? What do you do when the universe has just blessed you to the highest factor and you're just not concerned about anything? That's where I am in my life. I am not concerned about anything because I know who I am. My name is Darlene Anderson, and I had 3 children by 3 baby daddies. And I had an expectation that the relationships would somehow work each time. But my wake-up call was the lack of support and commitment from obviously the men that I allowed myself to be chosen by wasn't real. So therefore, I am a survivor. And guess what else I am? I'm a make it happen mama. And so my children all graduated from high school. And I don't mean that they were promoted socially. And I just want you to understand that what I witnessed over the time and the more than 26 years of participating in the public education system in California and actually in D.C., because I wrote the complaint against the state of California under the 13th, 14th, and 15th Amendment of not having the ability to measure the data. Hey, Miss Ann, how are you? Not having the ability to measure the data for the support of African American children in the community. You know, African American parents who are educated, who understand the value of life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness, and who have been given an opportunity. I remember when Miss Lang, my mother, met her, and she had just started working for SMUD. But understand, this woman worked for SMUD and retired from SMUD and did a damn good job and was excellent at her job. And you have to understand, I'm sure she gave many, many African American opportunity to get into SMUD while she was there. I'm sure. But our legacy has to live on beyond us, because we have to understand our young people don't have a way into the public education system. They don't have a way to determine what we're going to do about the children. Oh, I have to go, y'all. My sister is calling me, and it might be the hospital. But I'll get back on later.